NASCAR racing. It's about the chase. Chasing speed. Chasing the leader. Chasing the checkered.
And there's the checkered flag.
Chasing a championship.
Series champion, Kyle Larson!
Chasing glory.
Donnie Allison throws the block. Cale hits him.
Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500.
And it starts every season at Daytona. Countdown to Daytona starts now.
Good evening, race fans. We are less than 48 hours away from the 2026 Daytona 500. Welcome to Countdown to Daytona. I'm Kevin Conley.
And I'm Danny Harnan, and I think everyone was excited to get away from all that snow and ice at Bowman Gray Stadium, and they are excited to be here in Daytona to start this great season.
Yeah, everybody is certainly ready to roll in this one, Danny, including William Byron.
Yeah, William Byron in that 24 car. He is chasing a three-peat, which has never been done here in the Daytona 500.
You know, no driver, again, has ever won the Daytona 500 3 consecutive years. Now, there have been several drivers who have gone back-to-back, and that in that group is pretty exclusive company for William Byron, the likes of Richard Petty, Cale Yarborough, Sterling Marlin, and Denny Hamlin. A three-peat would be something really special for Byron, who has 16 career Cup Series wins. What's the secret sauce for him at Daytona?
I don't know. I wish I knew. I mean, it just kind of it's inexplicable, but yeah, I mean, just try to make good decisions and be there at the end. That's probably the biggest thing. Can't think about it too much because it's just got to think about the race and trying to execute that well. But yeah, it'd be awesome.
All right, this might sound a little counterintuitive, but Daytona is a rare track where starting up front, Danny, really doesn't matter all that much.
Yeah, it really doesn't. That's a byproduct of super speedway racing, but it's still a really, really big deal when you start the Daytona 500 from the front row. That is a good thing. Chase Briscoe, in his second season at Joe Gibbs Racing, in the 19 car, will start on the outside of the front row. Starting from the pole, yes, Kyle Busch in the 8 car for Richard Childress Racing. His speed was just over 183 miles an hour. It is the first time Busch has won the pole for the Daytona 500 in his career. We'll have a lot more with Busch later on in the show.
All right, we had some repeat winners in the dual qualifying races. Chase Elliott won his 3rd dual qualifying race last night. His race, well, it was pretty clean. Clean compared to the first one. There was plenty of pushing and shoving, and when that happens, cars get a little out of shape. Bubba Wallace got spun on a push by Austin Dillon. That wreck also collected Chris Buescher, Chandler Smith, as well as 2-time defending Daytona 500 champion William Byron, who will have to go to a backup car. Corey LaJoie trying to earn a spot as an open car got turned. That gave the final transfer spot over to Casey Mears. Joey Logano was up front and out of the fray to win his dual race and establish himself as one of the favorites to win on Sunday. If you have ever lost a loved one, you know life changes. I think that is certainly something we all can relate to.
Yeah, that's so true. Driver Denny Hamlin tragically lost his father in a house fire during the offseason. His dad was his biggest fan. Yes, he was. Now Hamlin is here at Daytona trying to get back to work and find his new normal. It's been a challenging few months for Hamlin. First, he lost the championship to Kyle Larson for just 3 laps from the finish line in Phoenix for the biggest disappointment of his racing career. Then there was the off-season trial where he was a principal player. After that was settled, then the fire that also injured his mother.
Can I say that I am as fired up for this season as I've been in ones past? No, but I'll get there. I will get back that fire that I've had over the last few years, and it's just going to take a little bit more time. I still have a dad. It's just his name's Joe Gibbs, the one that's here today. So, he's definitely been my at-track dad for the last 22 years, and now he's got that role full time.
A lot of people will be pulling for Denny Hamlin. In the last few years, NASCAR has made a concerted effort to return to its roots and reconnect with some of its core fans. The revival of the North Wilkesboro Speedway and the Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium are examples of that. And so is the return to the chase for the championship format to determine the season-long champion.
I had grown very tired of what we were doing.
When one of the most popular figures in NASCAR history, like Dale Earnhardt Jr., says that, something had to change. The playoff format of win and get in and the chaos it created had run its course.
There is such an art to what we do, and it's not just throwing haymakers all day. There's a lot of finesse and craft and like just being a little bit better than the next guy and not just bulldozing somebody out of the way to get a spot.
NASCAR put together a committee, past and present drivers, TV partners, NASCAR executives, among others, ultimately settling on the chase format. 26 races in the regular season, with the top 16 drivers in points advancing to the chase for the final 10 races. No more rounds and no more elimination races.
Well, I'm excited for it, when I learned about it, seeing how the chase was and playing out, and, whether it was 10 drivers to 12 drivers, 16 drivers. And it's not only the final 10 weeks of the year, it's the whole year that's setting you up for this.
Consistency was the hallmark of past champions like the King, the late Dale Earnhardt, and Darrell Waltrip. Consistency as a valuable characteristic is back.
If you go and win one race before it changed your whole season, right? Where now you have to be good for all 36. And, as a competitor, I like that a lot more.
Mark Martin, who never won a Cup Series championship in his brilliant career, was on the committee. He wanted to be the voice for the fans.
The playoffs, was a system, and the people that won the championships were champions. But the system eventually showed flaws, and this corrects those flaws.
Will this lead to better viewing numbers? We'll have to wait and see. But it does align with the DNA of the sport.
And I want to be drawn like a moth to a flame to this sport every single week. I want to be lured into tuning in, even when I'm not working a booth.
So it was important for us to make sure that whatever format we landed on, we could look at our fan base and say this matches up to who we were.
It's a great compromise where everyone wins.
Oh, a moth to a flame. We have reached our first time out here on Countdown to Daytona, but we have so much more to come.
Yeah, Fox has been broadcasting NASCAR races for a quarter of a century. That is a long time. It's been a great partnership. When we come back, we'll hear from some of the voices you'll hear throughout the season and what gets them excited about the sport of NASCAR. And up next, we'll take you to the latest addition to Hendrick Motorsports in Concord. The championship-winning team continues to invest in its people.
Seven-time champion Jimmie Johnson will again run a limited schedule for Legacy Motor Club, the team he owns. Johnson, who finished third last season in the 500, is locked into the field this year using a special provisional starting spot. Boy, used for great talent drivers from all around the world.
I found this 20-year-old energy and excitement again, and it's becoming more apparent to me that it was just time to do something new.
Johnson won 83 races and 7 championships while driving for Hendrick Motorsports.
Yeah, Peyton Manning joins us now with the latest on the addition to Hendrick Motorsports.
Hendrick Motorsports is raising the bar when it comes to taking care of its athletes. The championship-winning organization teamed up with Atrium Health to open a state-of-the-art performance facility right on campus.
No facility has ever been built like this in NASCAR.
Pit crews are the backbone of race day success, and now Hendrick Motorsports is doubling down on athletes who help win championships. In partnership with Atrium Health, Hendrick Motorsports has opened a state-of-the-art training and medical facility right on campus. The facility is designed specifically for over 50 pit crew athletes, along with hundreds of Hendrick employees.
Your people are your biggest asset, And taking care of our people is something that's paramount to us.
This is about really bringing the latest technology and that there's available to this facility and to the athletes here.
The 35,000 square foot complex is equipped with a high-performance gym, recovery areas, modern locker rooms, and so much more. The athletic facility was created to help pit crews be at peak performance for NASCAR's long 36-race season.
When we talk about quality, the first part of quality is access. And when you're right in the building with the teams that you're caring for, there's no better access than that. Everything that's available and has been thought about is here. And if we thought about it and it's not here yet, it will be here soon.
Hendrick Motorsports and longtime crew chief Ray Evernham helped revolutionize the sport and pit crews by recruiting former athletes. Pit stops were transformed into a game of precision, speed, and strength.
We had an idea to bring some college-level athletes and people in that wanted to try and do something different. And they didn't really need to be mechanics. All we had to do was teach them to change tires and put gas in the car. It was different than everything had been done at that time. And as in typical Mr. Hendrick fashion, he's a visionary. You know, he saw it and he supported us doing it.
That was a huge game changer in the sport at that time. And now you look, at this facility and the way we're recruiting athletes, the way we're training them, the way the recovery process is. And now we went from pit stops being 18 and 19 seconds to 7 and 8 seconds. And the athleticism and coaching that it takes for that is second to none.
The new facility offers everything Team Hendrick needs to build healthier and stronger athletes, faster pit stops, and bring in more championship trophies. The winningest team in NASCAR Cup history continues to push performance forward. The facility truly is one of a kind. Kevin, Danny, back to you.
Peyton, thank you very much. Winning the Daytona 500 is not easy. Some great drivers, Hall of Fame drivers, have never won the Daytona 500, including Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, we didn't even know until Monday of this week if Brad would be able to be allowed to race. You may have heard that he suffered a broken leg on a ski vacation with his family, not on the slopes, but when he slipped on the ice and fell in the parking lot. He had surgery right after it happened and needed a special clearance from NASCAR after a test at Charlotte Motor Speedway on Monday.
Getting in and out of the car is the worst part, all the bends and twists you have to do, but you just kind of have to fight through that pain. I'm going to have to tough it out. Obviously, I'm not 100%. But, when you get in that car and you get the adrenaline flowing, you have a shot to win the Daytona 500, I don't think I'll be thinking about my leg.
Another future Hall of Famer who has not won the Daytona 500 is two-time champion Kyle Busch. No one needs to remind him either. He is well aware of that fact. Despite having 232 career wins across all of the top 3 series at NASCAR, including 63 in the Cup Series, he still hasn't won the 500. Sunday will be his 21st attempt at NASCAR's greatest race.
And you haven't eaten in 22 years, you'd be pretty hungry, right? So, that's a race I certainly want to chow down on and win and check the box for we've been able to accomplish it. It's been a long time. I mean, we've been oh so close there a few times. I remember coming out of turn 4, myself and Austin Dillon, we had the race in control. We were first and second in 2023, and I saw the flagman with the white flag, and somebody spun out behind us, and he switched over to the yellow flags.
NASCAR on Fox for 25 years. Fans have enjoyed watching the action on Fox, and once again, it's the home for Sunday's Daytona 500. The broadcast team is informative, and they are entertaining.
The NASCAR on Fox crew. Play-by-play guy Mike Joy is the quarterback.
Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, this takes you guys right back to your roots.
And there's so much knowledge and personality around him. Former drivers Kevin Harvick and Clint Boyer join Joy in the booth. In the pits, there's Regan Smith, Josh Sims, and Jamie Little.
I remember when I got the job, this was back in 2006, going into the 07 season, and I met Kurt Busch and Tony Stewart, and they both said, this is a traveling circus, so get ready. But it really is, but it's a traveling family.
This family also includes America's crew chief, Larry McReynolds, and the entertaining Michael Waltrip. The NASCAR on Fox pre-race show is Jamie McMurray and Chris Myers.
You're allowed to be a fan for a moment until the light comes on, and then you have to be, okay, I'm going to keep that excitement and passion, but then I have to get to the professional TV part and relay to the audience the information or set up the right kind of questions for our analysts so that they can answer for the audience. So it's a thrill ride for us, and it never gets old.
The team has changed over the years. Guys like Darrell Waltrip and Jeff Gordon have moved on.
Welcome to the booth. Glad you can make it.
But this 2026 team is a great mix of experienced TV stars and former drivers who really know what it's like during a race. Days of planning and research lead up to the 4-hour fly-by-the-seat-of-your-pants race day. It's live sports TV at its best.
When you're in it, you have that adrenaline rush and you're just going and going and going. And then the minute it's done and you do your final interview, all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm tired, I'm wiped. Or like, I'm tired of talking, I haven't eaten in hours, like I didn't realize I was hungry, you know? So it's funny to have that same sort of feel of like you've just played in a game, you've just covered a whole race, and you're wiped out afterwards, and you're like, I need to get some sleep, I need to relax and shut down, so you can do it again the next day.
We really learn a lot from those former drivers in the booth, and again, it's really fun to watch.
All right, folks, time for a quick commercial break here on Countdown to Daytona. When we come back, NASCAR legend Richard Childress gets very honest with us on the negative things that were said about him during the NASCAR antitrust lawsuit.
But up next, he's the hottest Cup Series rookie since a kid named Jeff Gordon broke onto the scene. So how will Connor Zilisch handle the hype heading into this rookie season? In the history of NASCAR, there are just a handful of drivers who simply take the sport by storm.
Yeah, Richard Petty, the late Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon come to mind, and we might be able to put young Connor Zilisch in that category. The 19-year-old rising star is being compared to Gordon, and we all know what type of career that he went on to have. Zilisch, who won 10 races last year in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, is going to be in the Cup Series and make his first start in the Daytona 500. Expectations for Connor are sky high, but he's trying to keep it all in perspective.
So I think Saturdays to Sundays in NASCAR is one of the biggest jump in all of sports. Everyone and, all the drivers and all the teams are so competitive and so good at this level. It makes it really tough to win, and I'm racing against the best of the best every week, and that's exciting for me.
Opposite of Zilisch, Ryan Preece has been grinding out a career. What's the old line? He's a 10-year overnight success story?
Yeah, the thing about Preece, he loves racing. I mean, like every kind of racing. Preece made his way up through the modified ranks in the Northeast of the United States before moving to the NASCAR circuit and full-time for 6 seasons, part-time in 2. A whole bunch of starts last week at the Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. Won for the first time in the Cup Series, but a win on Sunday, oh, that would be life-changing.
You grew up watching this race, and you grew up cheering for your favorite driver, and if you were a little kid, you're idolizing, you're wanting to be that, you're dreaming. So if I was able to do it, it'd be a dream come true.
And Front Row Motorsports against NASCAR dominated much of the off-season conversation.
Before the settlement was reached, some unpleasant text messages and emails that were sent by former Commissioner Steve Phelps were revealed, and call that collateral damage. It actually cost Phelps his job, but it actually made Hall of Famer Richard Childress maybe even more popular. NASCAR team owner Richard Childress was not in the lawsuit between NASCAR and 2 of its race teams, 23XI and Front Row. He was a witness. During discovery and then the trial, it was revealed that NASCAR Commissioner Steve Phelps called Childress a stupid redneck. Childress, who became a Hall of Fame car owner and a multi-million-dollar businessman, despite never finishing high school, feels like Phelps was not only insulting him, but the fans that made NASCAR popular.
One of them guys called me a redneck. That's a badge I honorably wear. And I've got a lot of race fans that are good old solid rednecks. And I think that you can't forget what built the sport was the people back in the day standing up there having a beer on top of their car, cheering and screaming and hollering.
Phelps stepped down from his job as one of the highest-ranking executives in NASCAR.
If I tell you what I think now, you'd probably be bleeping me out. So that is still to be carried on in the future, the personal attacks against me, and I'm like an old elephant, you don't forget.
Legions of loyal NASCAR people came to Richard's defense, including his grandsons, of course, drivers Austin and Ty Dillon.
Remaining solid in your character, I think, lasts forever. I think that's why my grandfather has such a deep following and a love from his fans in the sport and the people who have been genuine participants in the sport for a long time. I think he did a great job, and watching him in federal court on the witness stand, I've never said that. Him handling that with maturity, and I know it's weird to say about an 80-year-old person, but just the class that he handled the whole situation with has been awesome. And I think people gained even more respect for him.
This case has been settled.
What was said about Childress helped pave the way for NASCAR to settle the suit.
You know, I've spoke to the France family, and my goal now is to try to help them and help everyone come together and build a stronger NASCAR sport.
The result that came out of it, I think, is huge for RCR and our family. But I think now more than ever, we feel like we're a real partner of NASCAR's now. And we can go out and help grow the sport.
And put the spotlight back on the racing. Everybody really glad that the lawsuit's behind them.
Yeah, when we come back, we will make our predictions for the Daytona 500. Stay with us.
Time for predictions. Peyton, you go first. Who you got on Sunday?
No surprise here. I'm picking William Byron. The number 24 car won the Great American Race in 2024 and 2025. On Sunday, Byron will go for the three-peat. In the Daytona 500's 68-year history, no driver has ever won 3 in a row. Byron will race to be the first. Danny, who you got?
I have a feeling it's going to be a Joe Gibbs car will be the winner, and I'm going with Chase Briscoe, not because he's starting in the front row, because I think it's his time. Briscoe had a 3rd and a 4th place finish in his 5 starts here. Everyone will be chasing Chase on Sunday when he comes out on top.
All right, I'm going to go with the local kid, High Point's own Ryan Blaney. He always seems to be up front here. He does have 2 career wins in the summer race here at Daytona, including last August, where he had an amazing chance going from 13th all the way to the win. Ryan Blaney wins it.
All right, Kevin, there's only one thing left to do. Let's go racing on Sunday.
Folks, we appreciate you watching. Have a great weekend and enjoy the race.